Alright, this is developing an engaging user experience. Let's get into it. I'm going to go over the content. We've got forming ideas, research, idea generation, feasibility, testing and evaluation, and implementing. Let's get into forming ideas. This is the first phase of the process, okay? This is the very earliest stage of the design. It's very important of understanding client and target audiences. Basically, designers are actively involving their target audience and they really want to get as much information as possible about what users are going to need, their preferences and expectations. This is all about understanding who the system or experience will be made for and providing them with the best experience possible before everything is made. This is very, very important because without understanding what the users want, then making a program is pointless because the purpose of the program, whether it be for profit or not, will not function properly if it has no purpose for users. Alright, now we've got research as the second phase. This is where designers gather more information on the criteria gathered from the forming ideas stage. This basically includes restrictions and current market competition. For example, can they publicate something that's copyrighted? Most cases not. Are they going into a market or area of business where there is a lot of competition? For example, if you're a shoe brand, you have to compete with brands like Nike, Adidas, Asics, DC, Shoes, Vans, Hype stores, Platypus, all that kind of stuff. Should you analyze other products as well to see what your competition is doing? This basically just helps people identify possible new technologies and advancements that they can make. Designers just got to be up to date with new technologies, practices, and trends. On to the third stage, idea generation. Multiple solutions suggested to the users or their target audiences so they can choose for the best designs to be further explored and developed. This basically just promotes thinking beyond obvious solutions. In other words, go into detail. A lot of brainstorming, mind mapping, planning, displaying new innovative solutions, generating a range of potential solutions, evaluating them based on the feasibility, usability, and impact. This is involved by stakeholders and users, leads to diverse and effective solutions. Designers might need to go through a few rounds to get this going. It's not going to be done on the first try. On to the fourth stage. Feasibility and prototyping. I've broken these up into two parts here. Feasibility, by definition, a measure of how possible a solution is within the available time and resources, including technical limitations. This is basically just focusing on what the target audience can use and whether or not the solution provided is easily intuitive and empathetic. For example, is it accessible by people with impairments, like like people who have hard of hearing? That doesn't make sense, excuse me. Is the cost benefit worth it? Has user testing proven it? Are expert review tools been very helpful evaluatively? Do these all promote potential solutions? There's going to be a lot of feedback from stakeholders, clients, staff, team members, users, all to help the designers gain multiple perspectives and viewpoints on the solutions. The evaluation helps designers see the best way to go on with this prototyping stage, or to the prototyping stage. And then we get to prototyping. This is just creating a sample product. So a first stage release to the public. It is not the final product. That's literally all it is, just developing something that will be the final product, releasing it to the public to see their response to it. This helps designers understand where their project's going and helps them understand whether or not they need to change anything to make it better. Often it will be improved upon, made a lot better for users, and there's going to be a lot of reveals during this time of prototyping. Then we have testing and evaluation, the fifth stage. I can't remember, I lost count now. Basically validating solutions with samples with real users and obtaining more feedback, whether or not the solution meets its needs. It's one of the most important stages of the user experience process. Designers basically approve proposed solutions during this. They try to get last minute feedback right before the final solution and publication is released. Any issues or problems that arise during this stage are tweaked and they're usually all eliminated. This is done through surveys like A/B testing, even focus groups as well. Focus groups are very important and common for this method, or stage I should say. This really just helps designers get more feedback, especially from their stakeholders and their users, clients and staff. The last stage is implementations, where basically the solution is put into production. This helps review the solution, assessing its appeal, its job and its process, ensuring the business value and usability is maintained, and if not, it's improved upon. It is very important to remember that when putting a solution, it's not just about delivering a final product, but basically making sure that the transition into publication and delivery of a system is very smooth and efficient. If you want to make sure it's successful, designers have to consider multiple factors like their budgeting, how much money they have, what resources they have, is their technology up to date that helps them publish this, do they have a lot of time or less time. The designers also have to work really well together with the stakeholders, making sure that the implementation is basically meeting the standards, ticking the boxes of the business and the users. Basically, this is the final stage, everything's released, anything that needs the very minor tweaking is done very soon after this. There really is normally no tweaking as the final product. The only tweaking that would happen would be new versions of a product or solution. This solution and its implementation should be based upon the needs and goals of the organization, kind of neglecting the users a bit, but again, it's ironic because the system is for the users, but it's being developed by people and the organization is the people making it, so what can you say? But that's basically it. Those are the 5 stages of developing an engaging user experience. Hope you enjoyed. This song is not copyrighted. Thanks for watching, guys.